In this video, we will discuss on the IGCSE Chemistry Paper 4 from the February-March 2022. So we will look at the question 4, which is actually on the electrochemistry. So let's see the question. Now, this question is about the chemical reactions and electricity. So the diagram show the apparatus used in the productions of electrical energy in a simple cell. So this is actually a form of electrochemical cell where you have the chemical, then you produce electricity. So we have the zinc electrode and also the iron electrodes. So the zinc electrode dissolve in the electrolyte, forming the zinc ion. So based on this statement, we know that what is actually happening to the zinc electrode is it undergo oxidation. So when it undergo oxidation, this is actually telling people that the zinc is actually a anode, or it is actually a negative terminal. Now, the first question, draw an arrow on the diagram to show the directions of the electron flow. So you need to remember that electron always flow from the anode to the cathode. So in this case, it will flow from the zinc electrode to the iron electrode. Now, next one, write the Einstein equation for the reaction that occur when the zinc electrode dissolve. So based on this statement over here, they say that the zinc dissolved to form into zinc 2 plus iron. So the zinc turns into zinc 2 plus iron. To balance this half equation, we need to add 2 electrons to the more positive side, which is the iron side. Now, next one, the reading of the voltmeter can be increased if either zinc or iron is replaced by another metal. So name a metal that can replace the zinc. So if you recall from the reactivity series, we know that the first metal, which is the most reactive, is potassium, followed by sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium. Then you have carbon, followed by zinc, iron, and then we have Pb. And then we have the hydrogen, copper, and the silver, and also the gold. Okay, so if I want to replace a metal that can give me a bigger reading, so what I see is in this diagram over here, it is actually a reaction between the zinc and the iron. So if I want to have a bigger reading in a voltmeter, then I need to actually react a much bigger difference in the reactivity in terms of the metal. So in this case, if I were to choose a metal, I can choose a metal like aluminium. I can choose a metal like magnesium or calcium. So I'll just put magnesium. Then next one, name a metal that can replace iron and increase the reading on the voltmeter. So in this case, if I want to replace the iron, then I will choose some other metal that is actually below. So it could be Pb, it could be copper, it could be silver. So in this case, I can just write down Pb. Next question, fuel cells are used to generate electricity. Name the reactant in the fuel cell. Okay, so if it's in a fuel cell, that means one of the reactant is definitely an oxygen. And another reactant, it must be a fuel. So in this case, the fuel could be a hydrogen as the fuel. So name the waste product of a fuel cell. So if the reaction between oxygen and hydrogen, then what you will see is most of the time the overall reactions between a hydrogen and the oxygen, this will actually end up to be a combustion reactions, and the product is actually water. So if I balance this equation, then I will have H2 plus half O2, you will get H2O. So name the waste product. The waste product will be water. Okay, so it should be named. So in this case, I will say that it will be water. Now, next question. Electricity can be used to break down aqueous or molten ionic compound. Name the process that break down the aqueous or molten. So the process is actually called electrolysis. Now, why the ionic compound need to be in aqueous or molten? So because when you have aqueous or you have molten, then you actually have mobile ions or free-moving ions. So brine is concentrated sodium hydroxide. So name 3 substances that are manufactured by passing electric through the brine. So in this case, one of the product, we need to name it. It will be sodium hydroxide. Other than that, you will get chlorine, and another product, it will be hydrogen. Name a different substance that is formed when molten sodium chloride is used instead of concentrated aqueous sodium chloride. So if I have a molten sodium chloride, will give me Na plus and Cl minus. So in this case, the Cl minus, it will turn into the element which is chlorine, but the sodium plus, it will turn into its element which is sodium. So in this case, I need to name it. So the name of it is sodium.